I got number 7. Number 7? Number 7? Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Sabbath. We're going to have Mission Spotlight, and then we'll have our announcements after that. So we'll be starting Mission Spotlight right now.
On the Caribbean island of Dominica, Miss Samuel is using a clever way to teach her third-grade students about prayer, a time capsule.
Last year, to begin the school year, I did something different. I saw a friend of mine introduce a time capsule, and she said that she placed different goals, dreams, desires in a box for students, and then at the end of the term, she opened the box, and then the students could testify whether some of their dreams came true.
Miss Samuel directed each of her students to write their prayer requests down, then lock them in a prayer time capsule for 1 year. Once the year was over, they could open the time capsule to see how God had answered their prayers. The students were excited about the idea, but one important detail remained.
All right, so Zane wanted to know what's the name of the box, and I said, no, Miss, can I name the time capsule? And so he decided.
I named the time capsule Jerry. Jerry the time capsule.
So we sealed Jerry up, and we've been praying for a whole school year.
After a year of waiting, the students were finally ready to see how their prayer requests had been answered.
So right now, I'm going to dig into Jerry. Anybody's ready?
Yes.
Lights, camera,
Action.
All right, so open and let's see what we prayed for.
Many different prayer requests were read. The students' excitement grew as they realized God had been answering their prayers.
One student wanted to meet with his father, and he was actually able to meet with his father. One student wanted to get principal's list, and that student got principal's list. And there's one child who never got a first grade, which is 85% and up, and that child actually got that.
The students didn't only pray for themselves, they asked God to take care of their families as well.
My little cousin was very sick, and I wished for him to get better.
All right, so did your little cousin get better? So I'm happy for having Jerry and having to experience Jerry the time capsule for this school year.
Miss Samuel's students may never forget how Jerry the time capsule taught them that God answers prayers. Please pray for teachers in schools everywhere who are helping children understand the power of God. Thank you for recently supporting this school through your 13th Sabbath offering.
So welcome again. We still have very beautiful weather. A little bit chilly, but I like chilly. I've got no problem with that. So we have a second reading, and if I'm mispronouncing, it's for Cecilia and Elijah Souders from the Cicero SDA Church in Cicero, Indiana. Are you here today? No? Okay. And then outgoing transfer. This is a second reading, so we do vote. Outgoing transfer for Rachel Arners, our previous pastor's daughter, to the Lawrence SDA Church in Lawrence, Kansas. So all in favor? For each of them, if we have any kind of objections, I'll handle them individually then. But right now, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? All right, so they're official now. Rachel Arner will now be, her information will be sent to the Lawrence, Kansas church, and our Cecilia and Elijah Souders are now members of our church. Then we still have prayer meetings every 7 o'clock every Wednesday. You can join by Zoom or you can come down to the STEM room. We usually have about 12 to 15 people, and we're always working for more. There will be a Illinois prayer call. Pastor Ron Schultz, who used to be from the Hinsdale Church, he's currently the prayer leader in Washington Conference, and there'll be a Illinois Conference prayer call 7 p.m. Friday, November 1st. Now, this one, my wife, who's not with us today, was very concerned that I make sure that she's looking for people to sign up. Next week, the first week of November, we're celebrating potluck with a Thanksgiving theme. And so there have been menu sheets sent out. I think Vicki Wegerson sent some out from communications. And there's some that I had given Barb in the back of the church. She's got them right here. Hold on. Okay. All right, so if you have some kind of special meal that you like for Thanksgiving, it's still vegetarian. We'll leave the birds somewhere else. But if people would sign up, we've got some people signed up already for special K-loaf, so that's covered. Vegetarian roast, we got a couple for that. Sweet potatoes baked, nobody signed up for that yet. Sweet potato casserole, mashed potatoes, we got 3 people signed up for that. Vicki Wegerson for gravy. Green bean casserole, Joey and Barbara. Butternut squash, nobody signed up for that. By the way, it doesn't mean we have to have all these things. But Marilyn said, make sure you announce this. So my boss stayed home, but she said, make sure you announce this. So I'm doing that. Stuffing, dressing, anyway. See me. The bulletin says see Marilyn, but you won't see her. See me if you got something you'd like to bring for next week. What was that? I still couldn't hear you. Oh, I can do that. I'll pass it starting on your side. Now, unfortunately, Marilyn was not able to fall asleep until 4:50 a.m. And so she has issues with fibromyalgia, and she has some tough days, so that's why she's not here today. Okay. So again, care packages, there's 8 students that we send care packages out, and they'll be packed on November 2nd, which is next Sabbath. And then Operation Christmas Child, you'll see those red boxes in the back, red and green boxes in the back. Those won't be all picked up until November 2 through 16, but if you need to know what to put in them, there'll be lists that's on the Downers Grove site. And then a special Dr. Michael Horton, husband of a previous principal of our school, has his first at the SDA Church, the Shiloh SDA Church, 7000 South Michigan Avenue in Chicago, on Sunday, October 27th. That's tomorrow. And at 10:45, viewing and visitation will begin at 10 a.m. Interment at 1:45 at the Oak Hill Cemetery, 120th and Kenzie Avenue in Blue Island. And then one last thing here. disaster response. There's still people in need. Adventist Community Services, also ADRA, by the way, are donating for Georgia, North Carolina, Florida, all the hurricane victims. Now it's time for our song service.